How y'all feeling? So, I am sort of your pinch MC. I'm also your last performer of the evening. I'm the only thing standing between you and the club. Because I know that's where you're all going tonight. And I know which one it is, too. I'm coming with you.
Where are we going?
All right, back. Back. So. Hey, Dave, can I get a guitar pick? It's like back in grade school.
Can I get a pencil? Can I get a guitar pick?
Yeah, it's snowing.
It's snowing, apparently. Is it alright with you guys if I play a song that's not fully written yet? Yeah. You will know the part where it's not written. But I feel like you're okay with that. And I want to say this. It's hard being an acoustic performer. It's really easy being in a band. Because you just pump out that bass and everybody shakes it. When you're an acoustic performer, there's not so much shaking going on. Which means you have to be a little quiet with that. Anyway, this song doesn't have a title yet.
Falling off. It was autumn when falling count got high in my backyard. It's a palette of emotion for a short amount of time. Gonna cause a commotion when you cross that line, cross that line. Get gone. The ocean is singing to you, singing again. All I got is this song, so take me home with you. Sunday evening gets the best of me. My armor all laid out. Well, endless love is all I thought I'd need, but you fall and shatter loud.
I got this.
Battle of percussion. There are lasers in your eyes. I'm gonna dig up a garden just to find your pride, find your pride. Wake up, get gone. The ocean is singing to you, singing again. All I got is this song, so take me home.
Part I don't know yet. It's gonna be great.
The ocean is singing to me, singing again. All I got is this song, so take me home with you.
Kevin, if you could turn my guitar up. Because this next song is quiet. It's funny, I didn't know Greg that well. He was a teacher at a school, worked with my sister. And I just heard so much about him, but I didn't know him that well. And he'd also been in this play Rent with my friend Andy, who I knew really well. So I knew Greg through two different people who were close to me. And when I found out about Talon, I was on the internet and my heart just dropped, you know. I was sitting there at that computer screen just wondering, what do I do? I don't know this person, I can't quite call them. And it seems silly to leave a comment on their wall. So I did, I left a comment on his wall. And I said, no one should have to go through this. I felt like an idiot for doing that because it seems so insincere, you know. But a few days later, he sent me a message on Facebook to say that, you know, while no one can really bring Talon back, all the love and support they got from people helped them get through, made it at least 0.00001% better. And every single person that reached out, which I'm sure includes a lot of you. So now every time I go through my Facebook list and I look at all those friends that from high school that I haven't spoken to in years, I start to think to myself, maybe I shouldn't defriend them, you know? Maybe I should just keep them there forever because who knows? Who knows when I'm going to need them, you know? The song is called Wrecking Ball.
Once in a while, make a house a home. You sleep on a bed of nails within walls of stone. You keep what's familiar, keep it from you sober. Stick your head out the window each night in an ocean of scars. You wait for the moment the world comes to meet you, to shake his hand or walk away. Take down your bed, move to an island, carve your name to the sand. 'Cause it takes a wrecking ball to learn who I am. Dig a hole in the backyard and bury the bones and the video games and all of the letters, the playbills, the achievement awards. Throw them away and buy yourself new clothes, worn socks over new toes. Reach out and takes a wrecking ball to learn how to survive.
Song's about family.
When you come around, I'm nowhere to be found. You should have known, you should have known. Do you know your meaning? Or is it some surprise? You know, I can see myself inside your eyes. So go pick off some leaves from my fairy tree. We ain't so complicated. Don't throw blame around, it ain't our parents' faults. 'Cause at the end of the day, we choose what we keep and what we choose to throw away. We'll fill in the gaps with something new. Well, I'm pushing 30 and pulling 29. Why don't I call you anymore? Your cigarettes in your dresser drawer. Hey, that's okay, 'cause I smoke too. So go pick off some leaves from my family tree. We ain't so complicated. Don't throw blame around, it ain't our parents' faults anyway. 'Cause when the year comes to a close, we choose what we drink and what we toast to. And once again, we'll fill up our glass with something new.
I think I was 8 when I was sitting in this dentist's office with my sister. And she had gotten bored and she found this bag of marbles on the ground. So she picked it up and she threw every single one of them directly at my face. And I just sat there because what am I to do? I can't protect myself, so I'm sitting there, there are tears streaming down my face, there are marbles bouncing off of my nose, and all I'm doing is crying. But thankfully, there was another lady waiting with us in the office. She didn't know who we were, but she stopped and said, "Why are you doing that? He's your brother, stop throwing marbles at him." And my sister turned to her and said, "You stay out of this!" And in the car on the way home, I was trying to get over it. My face was hurting. And my mom said, "Why did you keep throwing marbles at him when that lady told you to stop?" And she just said, "It was none of her business." And it makes you wonder where we get these things from, you know? The other day I put on a shirt and I looked in the mirror and I thought, I kind of look like my dad. I'm kind of dressing like my dad. In fact, this little monologue, I kind of sound like my dad. And then I realized that's okay. I came from 2 people. And And if I could say that musically, it would be,
though it isn't very fair, it's just some jeans, and you can choose which shirt to wear to fill in the gaps with something new.
Sorry about that.
We forgive you, I guess.
No way, no flow, no moving along, hardly stable, dropping a song to telescope to the sky, ceiling. They believe we can walk across it, so we sail across the broken sky. Shown the stars below.
Some path, some guide, for a life hardly stable, dropping a storm. Young May, tearing through all the clouds. Magnified by the fading sunlight, so we sail alone across the broken sky. Far and wide, love is waiting. As long as we're shown the stars below. So we sail across the broken sky. Love is waiting. As long as we're shown the stars below.
That song is off of our record, Love Is Waiting. You can get it at loveiswaiting.bandcamp.com. We made it in 2007. Song we wrote together. And this is one we made on our album that we released in 2010, 3 years later. An album called Scenes. And the song is called House by the Lake. It's based on a dream I had about a house by a lake.
It was based on an ex-girlfriend for me.
What?
Yeah.
You never mentioned that at all. And this whole time I was really connecting to the song.
Sorry.
It's cool, man, it's cool. We're friends, right?
Yeah.
Every single part of you is taken away. They carry you in boxes into the house by the lake. I never want to change the pipes that carry me from you. seems I'm all
got no place. Another edition in a collection of ways.
Every single part of you is taken away. They carry you in boxes into the house by the lake.
Never wanna change the vibes that carry me from you.
I want everybody to give a huge round of applause for my next guest I'm going to invite up here. I got a couple more songs to do, but this next one I'm going to do with Greg Meyer. We put together this event tonight. Also Leah and our parents, Mom and Dad Cooper, Mom and Dad Meyer, all of our family, they all helped. So big round of applause for everybody. Greg and I met to have lunch near his house about a year ago. That's the end of the story. It was really good, guys. Where'd we go? Elevation Burger? Oh my god. Fantastic. Still haunts my dreams. But one thing that Greg said to me was, because I know you can't force inspiration, but if, I'm having a hard time writing right now. Hope you don't mind me telling this. I'm having a hard time writing right now, and I know you write a lot of songs. If talent happens to find his way into any one of your songs, that would be awesome. No pressure. And then about a few months later, I was writing this song about tragedy, about shootings. And I got to the second verse, and I realized I didn't want to write any more about shootings because, the first verse had already killed me, so to speak. And some talent came into the song, eventually. And I finished it, and I was a little nervous, and I sent it to Greg. And he said, "That's great, we have to sing this together." So here we are. It's called An Arbitrary Place. It's inspired by a conversation I had. The title is inspired by a conversation I had with my cousin. I was just kind of venting about how the world is such an unfair place. And he said, "I don't think it's unfair, I think it's just arbitrary. You just have to accept that sometimes." I don't know if that's true, but I tried to explore that in this song, so here we go.
Cinema, the audience like dominoes, the Colorado sun. He's a schoolhouse, they're learning all about the natural world, and how a person gets so drunk on fear that their soul comes undone. And let this burden fall unto the things we thought we'd never do, and love can't save us all, can't save us all. I'm working for my peace of mind. We're living in an ordinary time. Drawing a line, drawing a line. You're working for your slice of cake. The world is such an arbitrary place. Never you mind, never you mind, never you mind. She's a hospital, trying to deliver something beautiful, until the sand becomes too much to hold, and the ceiling skies decay. He's an empty crib, the air surrounding all that could have been. He is an artist with an empty frame, just a spark without a flame. Let this burden fall unto the things we thought we'd never do, and love can't save us all, can't save us all. I'm working for my peace of mind. That we see ourselves for who we really are. Depths that you can't fathom, these eagles without talons, these roads we keep on traveling, these stories keep unraveling. And let this burden fall unto the things we thought we'd never do, and love can't save us all, can't save us all. I'm working for my peace of mind. We're living in an ordinary time, drawing a line, drawing a line. You're working for your slice of cake. The world is such an arbitrary place. Never you mind, never you mind, never you mind.
I don't know, I want to do this event and I'm going to need your help. And We exchanged a few emails, but man, he really pulled it together, and you guys are an awesome crowd. Thank you so much for listening to all of us tonight. Thank you to Annie and Dave and Curtis, Denise. It was just unbelievable performers tonight. So it's funny, actually. I know there's a lot of teachers here tonight. I recently switched my job. I was a consultant with IBM, and then I switched to become a teacher. I'm being trained right now by an organization called Center for Inspired Teaching there in DC. And it's been wonderful and terrifying and everything that I hoped it would be and everything that I wasn't expecting. The morning that I had to make this decision to become a teacher and leave consulting behind after 6 years of like building up a skill set, that's what they call it, a skill set. I was sitting on the metro and I was thinking to myself, I have to make this decision today and I don't know what to do. So universe, give me a sign. And I never do that. I never ask the universe for a sign. Sometimes a bird just kind of shits on your car and you're like, oh, that's the sign. It's not really a sign, it's just something we make up in our heads. So I kind of laughed at myself for even thinking about asking the universe for a sign, and then I pulled up to Metro Center where my office was, and the doors opened, and I kid you not, on every wall, on every ceiling, on every little tower with the Metro station name on it, there were signs. Not even kidding. And they said things like, take the leap, don't look back. You trained your whole life for this. And they were ads for Strayer University. And I'm pretty sure that Strayer came up with this marketing campaign like years before I decided to step into the classroom. But sometimes all you need is that little nudge. And I went home that night and I contemplated some more. And I was standing in my bathroom, and my bathroom has this beautiful mirror that reflects into my bedroom. And the lights were all off because my wife was sleeping. And there's this floor-to-ceiling window in my bedroom, and the moon was positioned perfectly in this floor-to-ceiling window, which was being reflected by my bathroom mirror. And I was brushing my teeth, and I had this moment of clarity, and I thought, that's it, I'm going to take the job. And of course I did. So sometimes really all it takes is a nudge and then a conversation with an inanimate object like the moon. You guys have been great. This song is called Mirror and the Moon.
Every day, every way, we find decaying walls. We take the stairs, and there's an answer there. We lean against the deepest sky. It's a kind of mystery, it's gravity. It's you ain't free. It's a nightly conversation. The mirror and the moon. Don't give away your memories. Something in a place. The trouble in space. It's the trouble in space. And all the songs that God should write with words that never rhyme. It's the trouble in time. It's the trouble in time. Our future isn't clear anymore. Tin, stack them against the wall. This is what you've done. You can't run. How'd I let it get this far? Got it out of string and it don't mean a thing. It's the light in your brain. It's a nightly conversation. The mirror and the moon. trouble is big.